setting of standards. Why does it take so long?
Okay, my name is Nathan Singambwa, Executive Director of Zambia Bureau of Standards, coming all the way from the Republic of Zambia. So I'm the chair of the ARSO Champions, which is a group of countries that is there to ensure that we encourage other member states who are not yet members of ARSO. As we heard from the Secretary General, he talked about 10 member states in Africa who are not yet members of ARSO. So we're there as ARSO champions to encourage other countries who are not yet members of ARSO to become members of ARSO. Then what are the benefits of becoming members of ARSO? One, we're talking about one certificate working for all. So how do we achieve this? That first and foremost, we want most countries, if not all, to become members of ARSO. And then when they become members of ARSO, as champions, ARSO champions, we're encouraging them to participate in the development of ARSO standards, in the harmonization of ARSO standards through the technical committees. And in addition to that, it's not only having these standards harmonized, but we want to encourage all member states as ARSO champions to adopt these standards. Apart from adopting these standards, that means they have to apply these standards in their respective countries. Because once these standards are applied, because they become universal, and then it is easier for us to trade amongst ourselves, to facilitate trade from one country to another. As we know, one certificate that is working for all, it requires that if a product is produced in Zambia, it's about to be exported to Kenya, that means we have to trade on the same standard. We have to use the same standard. And then it will be easier, and then we do away with the technical barriers to trade. So that's what we do as ARSO champions, to encourage others to become members of ARSO, and also to participate fully in ARSO activities.
From a consumer perspective, if a product becomes harmful to a consumer, who takes the blame?
There are two things. There are two things. There are those products that it's mandatory to other countries. Other countries, all products are mandatory. So, for instance, we as standards bodies, whether it's KBC, a standard body in Zambia, we certify these products. And we don't certify all the products, but we certify some of the products. So it's incumbent upon the producer, the manufacturer, to ensure that standards are followed. They follow standards, then if they follow standards, adhere to standards, the specification on the standards, even when the product is tested, it shows that it has passed, then that is good for consumption. So we encourage all manufacturers to ensure that they embrace standards because they add value to their product.
Finally, for me, for a consumer watching this, not from an entrepreneur watching this, what would you say in terms, what should they expect in the next 12, 24, 12 months? Or rather, if we're to come back here a year from now, what would have changed from moving from policy now to implementation?
Yes, they have to embrace standards. Most of the people, they say embracing standard, applying standards, it's adding to the cost in countries. But what we are saying, standards, you're not adding cost, adding value to your product. So if you're an entrepreneur, SMEs, you embrace standard. That means your product will be competitive, not only locally, but also internationally. So what we want to see is, we want to see these entrepreneurs, whether SMEs, large enterprises, to start embracing standards. Because once they apply these standards, it will add value to their products. Even when we are importing, mind you, you cannot trade without standard. If you want to export, you want to supply to the chain stores, first of all, they want to know whether your product complies to standard. So if it complies to standard, then you'll be able to export or to sell locally. So what we're encouraging large enterprises, SMEs, is to ensure that they have standards, and then they have their products certified in order to add value to their products.
Right.